back again. I just doing the headstock right now. I just roughed the shape out here, as you can see, and I printed off a template just online. It's actually a hair smaller than the original, so I just basically copied the top, the open book pattern here. That's all I did. And then you can see it's not as wide, so just make sure if you do that, you center it, and then, you know, I'm just doing the top. I'm not going to worry. The sides here are supposed to be a little slimmer, but I'm going to leave it. It'll give me a little less work to do. Like on the Gibson, the actual Gibson, like right in here, this is a lot slimmer. It doesn't have as much curve right here. Like it'll start here, and then it'll start coming in a little bit more right here. But I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to worry about the open book pattern here. So what I used, I'll show you what I used here. You can clamp the neck in a vise gently. I had two pieces of wood in between, and I used a coping saw just by hand. These things work really good. You just gotta, it does the work on its own. You just, you know, this actually works quite nice. It's a really thin blade, so you can get a little curve. And then I put this here. You can put this on it's like a little drum sander, but it's for like you can either put it on a drill or like a die grinder. I put it on a drill because it's slower speed and easier to control. I just roughed the shape in. That's all I did. I gave myself a little bit of room. And now I've got my little roller here with my 120. And that's about it. So I'm just gonna shape this by hand here. Finish it off by hand. A little bit of a delicate situation here. Biggest thing is to try to get both sides identical. And what you could do is do one side, put a piece of paper here, trace this side, get your center line, and then flip it over and make sure it matches up to the other side, right? But if you can eyeball it and it looks good by looking at it, it should be okay. Just take a little off at a time. It doesn't have to be, you know, like, it doesn't have to be identical to the Gibson one. Just this actually looks pretty cool the way I got it here right now. Oh yeah! Fantastic. I know you guys can't see much here, but I'm going to edit out some parts that are kind of boring, so the videos aren't so long. It's hard to do short videos, you know, and you're trying to give somebody some information, you know. You guys don't know exactly what I did. I'm going to show you here on the camera on a close-up. Okay, you see this side here? See, I still got to do the inside the... Let's see, this looks nice here now. I'm going to try and copy this side the same. Oh, there you go. And then I'm going to round over the center here real nice. But this looks pretty cool too. It's not identical, but like I say, it's not critical that's the same, because it's not a Gibson anyway. So, you know, it doesn't matter if it's exactly the same, it's still not a Gibson. So, As long as you kind of like, you can do any kind of design you want. These just come straight, right? So you can make them whatever you want. It's not that big a deal. Okay. Yeah, and then you got to give yourself room when you do this template. Give yourself about, oh, like I can still see the pencil mark here. So give yourself, where am I at here? Can you see? Yeah. You know, give yourself maybe at least a 1/16 of an inch. Because not just that, where you're using the coping saw, you get these tiny little tear outs on the edge sometimes. And you want to be able to sand down past that so you can get those out too, right? So, okay, what do we got here? My main thing is I don't want to change the length from here to here. These are the same. I'm going to take a measurement probably. Maybe I'll measure from here to the, I mean, who knows if this headstock's even square. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. Like I say, I'm using 120 right now. I mean, some of you guys might have the proper tools with the, you know, with the drum sander. You could just run this on the drum sander, right? It'd be a lot quicker. Which I don't have one right now, anyway. So you just got to do a little at a time. Sand a little, have a look. Sand a little, have a look. Yeah, it's coming along. Oh yeah, it's coming now. She's a-coming along. We'll take a little bit more off this corner here. A little more. It's starting to look the same now. Oh yeah. A little more off the end here. Too bad. Oh, sounds like I got company. A good friend of mine lives a few blocks away. He's got a hot rod there. Comes over every day for coffee. So I'll shut the video off and then I will talk to you guys a little later. I'm going to keep working on this headstock.